Well, hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you are staying cool out there. My name is Stephen Meade with Domicile Real Estate for people who love houses, and where we are on a mission to help California's renters become homeowners. This is our first time buyer market update for April 8th, 2022. And it's really a good Friday because I actually have some good news for buyers. And I feel like good news has really been in short supply. And so I want to talk about something else really fast before we get into this, because I think this is something that's really important if you are a first-time buyer. And that is, if right now there's a pretty big disparity between jumbo rates and conforming loan rates out there. And if you are able to go 10% down with even what they call a low balance jumbo loan, you are in a way better position than you are going with conforming. So just want to throw that out there. So if you're in that price category, $700 to $1 million, really you're right in that zone where you can do a jumbo loan, but you do need 10% down in most cases to do that. But the rates are significantly better. So let's jump into why we're seeing some good news, and we're seeing a little bit more balance between supply and demand. So the first thing we're going to check out, and not sure why we're not able to share that there. Let me see if we can get back to this. Why our screen share is not working there. I think we should be good here though. Let's try this again one more time. There we go. Now we've got some charts. Okay. So going back to the beginning, let's talk about prices for a second. Remember, these graphs are 4 to 6 weeks old. They are based on previously negotiated prices. But the good news is it looks like we're seeing this price upward curve flatten out. That is great news for buyers. It means that it doesn't feel like homes go up $20,000 every single month. And to be honest, that kind of a pace early spring is not sustainable. So this is really hardly surprising. Rates are up and the market is actually starting to adjust that price increase curve a little bit and flatten that out. So I think that's a good thing. If we go on to our payments, that really is the story here, is to look at how much payments have increased. Even as far back as the beginning of the year in condos, where that market has tightened considerably, we were at around $3,000 a month. Now we're close to $4,000. If we were looking at entry-level single-family homes, we're at like $4,200, and we are close to $5,000, a little bit less, I think, right now per month for that total payment on our entry-level 3-bedroom, 2-bath single-family home and our entry-level 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. Just as a reminder, these payments are based on 5% down. They include mortgage insurance, taxes, etc. So they are really meant to be kind of an overall accurate picture, though, as I mentioned, if you're able to do a higher down payment, do a jumbo loan, your mileage will vary, and you may be able to do significantly better than this on our entry-level example homes. And again, our entry-level, family income around $120,000 for our entry-level single family, around $98,000 for our entry-level condo for our minimum household income required to qualify. But here's really kind of where the news is. Our condo market is still very tight. We're just not seeing things show up on the market. We're at around 94%. But look, we've seen a little bit of easing in this absorption rate. We've seen our single family dive to 83%. I will tell you, even just today, I have not seen this many new listings coming on the market on a Friday in a long time. So I do think that we're seeing a combination of, that buyer competition is easing just a little bit because of interest rates, but we're also seeing a little bit more inventory hitting the market. And if we look, this is what our graph supports, right? So if we look here on our entry-level single-family home, which is in blue or in red, look at where we were as a low point of inventory around the beginning of the year, just under 800 homes. And now we are over 1,200 houses. That is a very noticeable and real increase, in inventory. And if you look, it's continuing to go upward, and it's really going upward at a pace that I think is a little bit better. I think we're going to have similar inventory to last year, which wasn't great, but let's be honest, we'll take what we can get. It's a lot better than it has been. I think we're going to see some buyer behavior changing. I think we're seeing that in the marketplace. We're seeing buyers are being a little pickier. And what that means is if you are a savvy buyer and you are looking at the homes that maybe don't show that well, anything would have gotten a bunch of offers on it 60 days ago, but I don't think that's the market we're in. So I think there are some opportunities. If you don't need the house that looks like it came out of a magazine photo shoot, you might actually be able to get a little bit more market power than you would otherwise be able to get in the past. Our inventory on the condos is still very low. We predicted that it's going up a little bit, but not really. Now, if we look at our 14-day still active percentage, remember higher is actually less competitive. So, this number for entry-level single-family home is actually higher than it has been in the past. And our entry-level condo, that's still not great, but even it's not a terrible number. So we are seeing a little bit more softness in that. And then if we look at our week supply of homes here, this number has actually gotten a little bit better for our entry-level single-family homes. And it is better than we were at last year. Last year we were at 2.5 weeks. Now we're at 3 weeks of inventory. That might not seem like a lot, but to be able to say that we have any noticeable improvement on week supply of homes versus year over year really is big. Unfortunately, the condo market is not sharing that same thing. That's still eroded. And I think a lot of that is just because that condo market was sleepy for so long, and really kind of buyers woke up to that. And that was the entry-level path for a lot of them to get into homeownership. I want to talk a little bit about, if you're a buyer, really what should you be thinking? And this is the advice that I give a lot of my buyers right now in the marketplace. And if you want to talk about your situation further, we have methods to reach out to us, and we can kind of help give you our expertise. But kind of our general advice at the moment is really be deliberate in what you are buying. Think about future, think about flexibility, think about options. I wrote an article, gosh, maybe 10, 15 years ago now, and the name of the article was Heads You Win, Tails You Win. And I think if you really want to have a winning strategy in real estate, it's really preparing yourself for a whole bunch of different market outcomes. Nobody knows where these rates are going. And I'm hoping we take a pause for a bit, give the market a chance to kind of catch up and adjust. I think fast movements are never really a good thing for market stability. But I am liking to see that this supply-demand equation seems a little bit closer to being balanced. It is still a seller's market. Anything that is attractive will still get multiple bids. But I feel like we're not in those days of 30 offers and 300,000 over list price. I feel like for most homes, that's not going to be the scenario. It might be 5 offers and 30,000 over list price, which I think is a much better scenario if you're a buyer out there. So if you've been kind of sitting on the sidelines and waiting, this could be a sweet spot where the market is a little bit better and the rates still haven't gone up as far as they're going to go. So definitely something to consider out there if you're a buyer. Once again, if you'd like to work with us, we'd like to work with you. There's a link down below if you're watching this on YouTube for a 15-minute no cost, no obligation consultation. We would love to chat with you. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Try to stay cool, everyone, and have a great weekend. We'll see you again real soon.